Yo, it's your boy Burnard, and welcome to another episode of the Angry Blerd podcast, where I'll be discussing everything nerdy that has caught my eye this week. And I just realized my microphone is about a good foot and a half away from me, so it's picking it up, but it's not at the levels I want it to be. So let's move this closer. So yeah, you can kind of see it in the corner, but anyway, a lot of stuff has been happening in the world of DC Comics. So let's get into it. So Greg Sipes, who is a voice actor. He has been the voice of Beast Boy since the Teen Titans series started in the 2000s, the more serious one. And he has been Beast Boy pretty much ever since. He's done various other voice acting roles. He's been Michelangelo on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Uh, he was in a movie called The Wild, but like I said, a lot of people mainly know him for providing the voice of Beast Boy in Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go. And he was also Beast Boy and Young Justice. Why not? Sure. So he made a post on Twitter or Instagram. Let me see which one it was. Looks like it might have been Instagram. So he said, well, I guess this is a James Gunn fan page called Gunverse. He said that Warner Brothers literally fired me on Valentine's Day right after I publicly shared my Parkinson's diagnosis. So the Gunverse page said, "Hey, James Gunn, since Teen Titans Go falls under the Elseworlds, the fans need your help. I had the pleasure of speaking with Greg Sipes, and he shared with me lots of upsetting details and information on how he was wrongfully terminated by Sam Register, while other original voice actors got to keep their jobs. He said it was after Valentine's Day, and OG Teen Titans cast begged Sam that the show would not be the same without Greg, and the things that Sam Register said and did is very inhuman. Greg told me he was discriminated against because of his Parkinson's and said that they were trying to steal his voice and replace him with a mimic for the new Teen Titans Go season." So a lot more has come out. So not sure how much of this is confirmed, but a source told The Wrap that Greg Sipes was replaced as Beast Boy because of creative differences, and his performance was not at the level needed for Beast Boy. But he is also voicing an all-new character for the new season and has recorded multiple sessions. Also, I'm not sure what the creative reasons were, but there was a lot of fan speculation on the DC Reddit thread that, a lot of this could be because he was using the character of Beast Boy to push anti-vaccination rhetoric. Yeah, he was like having videos talking about anti-vax in his stories, and he would like have the image of Beast Boy, and he would use hashtag Beast Boy. Let me see if I can actually find um, one of those. So yeah, I actually found a screenshot from his story of him with, I don't know, a fucking staff of crystals. Yeah, it said beating Parkinson's one electromagnetic crystal curl at a time, and he's got a picture of Beast Boy on the screen. So it's like, yeah, you do things like this, and you're gonna have to deal with the consequences of it. It's like you can't use the character you're voicing to push whatever holistic lifestyle that you want to live. So yeah, I mean, and there's been other stuff as well. But like I said, he's still a part of the show. He's just not Beast Boy anymore. And bro, the picture is crazy. So I actually just saved it so you guys will see it when I do the final edit. Oh, somebody actually have the video. He's doing bicep curls with the crystal listening to reggae music. Okay. All right. My next part of the stuff that's going on over at DC. We got an update on Superman Man of Tomorrow, which is the sequel James Gunn announced about a week ago, coming out in 2027. He was on the Howard Stern show, and he said that they plan on starting filming in April. I don't know why I said start twice, but he said We released the fact that we're coming out with Manda tomorrow last week. It's going to be out in 2 years in theaters on July 9th, 2027, which is relatively a short time between sequels because we knew immediately where we were going. And it's a story about Lex Luthor and Superman having to work together to a certain degree against a much, much bigger threat. And it's more complicated than that, but that's a big part of it. It's as much of a Lex movie as it is a Superman movie. So I'm trying to think who would be the big threat. I don't think he's going to introduce Darkseid already. He can probably introduce an acolyte of Darkseid like Calabac, or please don't do the Imperiex stuff. It's not bad, but it was just a super long story. And I don't think he's gonna do Doomsday. I don't think he's gonna touch on anything that the Snyderverse touched on. Um, like in those three movies that had Superman in them. But I mean, he's staying very tight-lipped about this. We got Scoopers already speculating stuff, and this is why I don't listen to Scoopers. James Gunn said, "Oh, hey, we got a new Superman movie in the works. It's called Man of Tomorrow. It'll be out this day, 2027." Oh, this is what's gonna happen to Man Tomorrow. Shut up. You know nothing, Jon Snow. All right, my next story. Well, we're still talking about DC. When I did the solicits for books that were coming out in September about 2 months ago now, I told you guys I was planning on getting the Red Hood book that was going to be written by Gretchen Felker Martin and Jeff Spokes on the art. So issue 1 came out on September 10th, and that will be the only issue. So Gretchen Felker Martin. Okay, so the context of this is right wing conservative activist. I don't know if you want to call him an activist. I call him a guy who just kind of put out a lot of hate speech whatsoever. Charlie Kirk was assassinated, and Gretchen Flecker Martin said some things on Blue Sky about his passing. And so DC put out a statement that said, they said at DC Comics, we place the highest value on our creators and community and affirm the right to peaceful individual expression and personal viewpoints. Posts or public comments that can be viewed as promoting hostility or violence are inconsistent with DC standards and conduct. So yeah, they canceled the book. They basically told all the comic book stores, pull the book from the shelves. We're gonna give you a refund on however many copies you bought. Uh, um, so that one issue is now a collector's item, basically, if you have it. And so, uh, Gretchen Flecker Martin, uh, was doing an interview with the comic journals about the cancellation. And she said she feels bad for the rest of the creative team that was impacted by the cancellation. But she said that I have no regrets about what I said about Kirk. She also said that his murder didn't strike me personally as an especially hot flashpoint. This is such a loathsome person. Everyone on the entire internet is talking about how pleasant it is that he got his. I saw that he died in the middle of spreading more bigotry, that he spent his every waking moment promulgating, all right, and in a way that he had advocated for others to die and felt nothing but contempt for his life. I mean, this is a man who I've watched for years go on television and on enormous stages at convention halls and say that me and everyone like me should be stoned to death. Just a little bit of heads up, Gretchen Flecker Martin is trans, but also Gretchen also talked about how in 2024 Charlie Kirk confronted Miss Rachel, who is a child child entertainer. I think she does videos on TikTok and like YouTube. Um, who had cited the New Testament instruction of love thy neighbor in regards to talking about, LGBTQ people. And then Charlie Kirk replied by misquoting a passage of Leviticus that said, "Thou shalt not lie with mankind, as with womankind it is an abomination." And then it would, shall be stoned to death. So yeah, on the front of this, Gretchen Flecker Martin has had a history of making crazy remarks about things on social media, including comments about September 11th terrorist attacks and the Israel-Palestine conflict. And she told them that as soon as you hire me, you're gonna have to get between 5 and 100 the craziest people you've ever met in your life, screaming for my head and yours. And she told that to the editor Ariana Totoro when she got recruited to write the Red Hood book. So yeah, then the Comicsgate people, blew this up and basically got a bunch of people fired. So she said that she has no intentions of ever working for DC again if they're not going to stand by the creators that they hire and let them continue to do the work they do. Like they literally like folded like a freaking origami bird, bro. Like I've never seen like a turnaround like this in comics because of something someone posted on social media. I think the last time something of this magnitude happened in the world of comics, it was I want to say it was X-Men Gold in like 2017, 2018. The artist Adrian Syop, he basically like put like a bunch of hidden messages in the book about was it Palestine? Because he's Indonesian. Yeah, Syop is known to engage the practice of hiding Easter egg references to political figures and background in his artwork. Um, yeah. So, oh, it was 2017. In April 2017, Syop was at the center of controversy for including multiple Easter eggs in X-Men Gold, June 2027, that referenced the November 16 Jakarta protest um, against the governor of Jakarta, which were viewed by readers as anti-Semitic and anti-Christian, both being ethnically Chinese and Christian and Muslim-dominated Indonesia, where Christians and Chinese targets of race are the targets of racism and discrimination. So yeah, he ended up getting fired once, and the same thing happened. They pulled the book, they offered everybody a refund, but the difference was that book did not get canceled. Wait, did it get canceled? Yeah, I can't remember if the book got canceled. I just remember that um when the book was reprinted, like a lot of the hidden messages and Easter eggs he put out were removed. Yeah, now I'm trying to think, did Adrian get canceled? I mean, no, Adrian definitely got canceled. I haven't seen him do any books since then. Like I'm even on his Wikipedia page right now. I am looking to see if he's done anything. And this is the problem with Wikipedia sometimes. They don't put like years books that have come out, so I can't see like if any of this stuff is recent. So like it says Batgirl 1 through 13, that could be well, that's the new 52. I recognize that now. So yeah. Um Consequences. You have the right to free speech, but don't be huffing and puffing when that free speech gets you fired. But I am going to talk about one more story. But then I am going to take my break. So this is about Google. If you have a Google account, you may be entitled to compensation. So a U.S. federal court has told Google to pay 400, I'm sorry, not 45, $425 million for breaching users' privacy by collecting data from millions of users, even though they opted out to have the tracking feature on their Google accounts. So the verdict comes after a group of users brought the case, claiming that Google assessed the user's mobile device to collect, save, and use their data in violation of privacy assurances in its web and activity setting. Um, and they have been seeking more than $31 billion in damages. So the jury in the case found the internet search giant liable of two of the three claims of privacy violations, but said that the firm had not acted with malice. So, like I said, this is a class action lawsuit. The lawyer in this class action lawsuit for the plaintiffs, which is pretty much all of us, David Bowie said, "We are obviously pleased with the verdict that the jury returned." So 98 million Google users and 174 devices were filed in July of 2020.
Damn.
Also, like they like to um so the plaintiffs allege that Google's collection practices extended to hundreds of thousands of smartphones, including um, apps such as Uber and Lyft, um, e-commerce giants like Alibaba and Amazon, as well as Instagram and Facebook. And Google says that when users turn off their web and app um, activity on their account, businesses using Google Analytics may still collect data about the use of sites about their use of sites and apps, but that information does not identify individual users and respects their privacy choices. So that's the problem. Maybe you should stop letting people who use Google Analytics collect the data and information about people who use Google. Yeah, it doesn't know that it's like, you know, John Doe at 123 Main Street, New York, 10001. But he still knows that John Doe was, looking at car parts on Amazon. And so, yeah, the crap like this just needs to stop. That's why I don't even use my Google accounts. The only Google account I really use is the podcast page, Gmail. And even I don't like sending emails from it or anything. Like I stopped using Google Cloud. I I use my Google Voice for work, but other than that, no, I don't use my Gmail at all. I don't even use my personal YouTube account really. And I don't even really use Google as a search engine. I pretty much use Bing. It's all the same crap, but you could Google what like is the best search engine to be like less intrusive. Like I think DuckDuckGo is the best one. So yeah, I'm actually considering using DuckDuckGo. I'm actually going to see if they actually have a like a specific browser, like how Google has their browser that you can download on the. I mean, not browser, but like search engine. But yeah, I use Firefox, and Firefox is pretty much good at customer privacy. But if there's ever a data breach and class action lawsuit, then I'm gonna have to switch web browsers. Like I don't even use Safari, and Safari is pretty good, but I just hate the layout of it. And I was using Firefox before I switched completely over to Apple. Like even when I still had a PC, I was using Firefox. But I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna go get some Dubby. Close my doors because you can see my bathroom and my bedroom door open, and I'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by Dubby. Dubby gives you focus and energy without the crash and jitters. It has no sugar, fillers, or artificial dyes. Mix one packet or scoop into 8 or 12 ounces of water. Stir or shake well. Some powderiness is normal, and it has all the important vitamins. So this has vitamin C, B3, B6, and B12. And it's made from coffee fruit extract. So drink it and go conquer a task, and go to Debbie.gg and use my promo code Angry Blerd 10 at checkout to save 10% on your order. That's Dubby.gg with promo code Angry Blerd 10. And I'm at the seesaw. All right, I am back. So, sorry, excuse me. We're gonna talk about movies for a little bit. So, OpenAI, aka the company behind ChatGPT, I have a very weird relationship with it. So I will use it on occasion if I want to find a bunch of sources, and I obviously check those sources. But I hate it when people use it to like create art and use it to draw and stuff like that. So they confirmed that they are helping make an AI generated movie called Critters. So the goal is to finish production in about 9 months or so. The budget is about $30 million. They plan on debuting the film at next year's Cannes Festival. The writers of Paddington 3 wrote the script. So I don't know what the last Paddington, like Paddington 3 was. Is that a Paddington 3 Peru or what? Yeah, so now they're looking for voice actors, and art will be fed into Chat GPT-5 and other image models. So they said that Critters reflects the kind of creativity and exploration we love to encourage. Sounds to me like you want the creativity to just be done by a machine. Like a lot of the main reason why a lot of people are against AI is because it has no emotion. Okay, like perfect example, somebody um I don't know this actor, his name's Brandon something, but somebody did an AI image of him as Batman. Uh Brandon Skellner. He was on 1923. He's in Drop. He was in It Ends With Us. Someone's like, "Hey, James Gunn, how about having Brandon Skellner as Batman?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure, but the problem is he has 14 arms or something like that. I can't remember. I wish I would have saved it." So yeah, don't don't rely on AI to just do your art for you and everything. Like, sure, I would like to use AI to make me a new logo, but in all honesty, I would rather pay someone, despite the fact that I'm broke as shit. Um, yeah, so that's that for that dumb crap. The Rock is on his press tour for the Smashing Machine, which has been widely received with high praise to the point where he was crying after a 15-minute standing ovation. And everyone's like, oh my God, why is The Rock losing all this weight? Is he sick or anything like that? He already confirmed that he lost the weight for a role. That it's another movie he's doing with Benny Safdie. I can't remember the name of it, but he's playing a guy named Chicken Man or something like that, whose oldest friend is like a 90-something-year-old chicken. But that's not why we're hearing here. We are here talking about Dwayne Douglas Johnson because he has confirmed that Jumanji 4 will begin filming in November. But he said 3. And so I'm going to correct you, Rock. It's the 4th Jumanji movie. It is the 3rd one in your collection because this was originally supposed to be a one off. But it is the 4th Jumanji overall to the point where you guys even acknowledged the first Jumanji movie in your first movie. And Welcome to the Jungle.
Who's this? Who's Alan Parrish? He's the guy who built this place.
Wait, you mean other people have been stuck here too?
Yeah, I mean, this is Alan Parrish's house. I'm just living in it.
So yeah, put some respect on Robin Williams' name. Might be the title. Don't know yet. All right, more movie news. Marlon Wayans was doing an interview with comicbook.com, and one of the things he said that, hey, I will be returning as Shorty. He lost about 60 pounds of muscle to get back into the size of Shorty because he gained about 70 pounds of muscle for him, which I'll be reviewing in about 2 weeks. Yeah, he said that he's a fan of the whole genre. He said, I Know What You Did Last Summer may have something there. I think the Scream franchise is a great one. Heretic is also a good movie. Long Legs, Get Out, Nope. Also, Sinners. So I'm wondering like what other horror movies will be included in the scary movie franchise. So I did not see Heretic. I did not see Long Legs. What the hell is Heretic anyway? Is that the movie with Sydney Sweeney as a nun? No, it's not. That's the movie with Topher Grace and Hugh Grant. What? I'm thinking of Immaculate. My bad. I'm tripping. Oh yeah, Sophie Thatcher's in this as well. Gotta see where it's streaming, and I might check it out. I don't think he should have lost the muscle, honestly, because if he's gonna be playing Shorty the way he plays Shorty in the late '90s, early 2000s, you don't wear a lot of big ass baggy clothes unless like, you know, I mean, it's a comedy, so I mean, he's probably still gonna be talking like this and have like the bottom lip hanging out and everything, but depending on the wardrobe, he probably should have lost the weight. Anyway, my next story is simply this: we have to wish Henry Cavill a speedy recovery. Okay, so he was injured during pre-production while training on the set of Highlander. No idea on what type of injury he has, but they're saying that more than likely production will likely be pushed back to early 2026. So I guess he was going through some fight choreos, stunt choreos, things like that. Because, 87 North, they have a crazy stunt team. Like, look at the stunt work in Nobody 2. Like, 87 North is partially responsible for the stunt work in John Wick films, but now I think it's just the John Wick stunt team. So who knows what happened? Only thing I know is that he got hurt. Like I said, they haven't given any details. Um, I'm looking at this article on Deadline, and some idiots talking about Superman curse, and I hate the fact that one actor who played Superman got hurt, and all of a sudden it's a curse because Tom Welling never got hurt. Um, Tom Welling still doing acting. He just did a movie earlier this year called Mafia Wars. Dean Cain never got hurt. He just turned around and joined ICE. Tyler Hoechlin still hasn't been hurt. Brandon Ralph hasn't been hurt. Um, the only thing I ever heard about the Superman curse is once like you play Superman, it's kind of hard to get work because you get typecast. But that's usually how it is with most superhero movies. Like if that's like your first big break, like Tobey Maguire's big break was Pleasantville, but everybody knows him for being Spider-Man. But Tobey Maguire is still working out. Tobey Maguire is one of the executive producers of the Nobody movies. So I think Toby's good. Like Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield's out here killing it. What was that one movie he did that was on Netflix that everybody loved where he played the piano? Um I'm gonna have to look this up because it's gonna be one of those things that I know the name of the movie and it's like on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember it. Um Not We Live in Time. But yeah, everybody loved Hacksaw Ridge. Tick Tick Boom. That's what it was. I knew it was like something with a bomb or something like that. But Tick Tick Boom. So yeah. Anyway, speedy recovery to Henry Cavill. Wish him all the best. All right. So this is movie news, but it's also anime news because Netflix has confirmed that they will be doing a live action My Hero Academia remake. So my question for this is this going to be a movie? Is this going to be a TV series? Oh, never mind, it is a movie. So Shinsuke Sato, who directed the live action remakes of Bleach and Kingdom, will still be directing it from Netflix Legendary. No, Hollywood Reporter, I don't want any emails. But Jason Fuchs is going to be the screenwriter, who I believe wrote Wonder Woman. Jason Fuchs, let's go to his credits as a screenwriter, producer. Wrote Ice Age Continental Drift, something called Rags. Uh, Pan. Oh God, he wrote Pan. Nobody likes that movie. Okay, so he came up with the story for Wonder Woman. He didn't actually write it. Um, Something called I See You. He wrote Argyle. Very underrated movie. I keep telling y'all to check that movie out. But also he acts. He is also the co-showrunner on It. Welcome to Derry. Also did a lot of work. Did 3 video games for Rockstar. So he did work in Red Dead Revolver, Bully, and Grand Theft Auto 4. Yeah. So it's a toss up because live action adaptations for animes or manga, they never go well. We've had several instances of live action adaptations: Dragon Ball Evolution, Death Note, Cowboy Bebop. Although I heard Cowboy Bebop was good, I don't know why Netflix canceled it. Ghost in the Shell. What else was there? Uh, Alita Battle Angel is one of the good ones. Like I just googled live action anime movies. Knights of the Zodiac, not good. Um, Blade of the Immortal. I feel like they did Fist of the North Star back in the day. Rurouni Kenshin. Hold on a second. Um, but yeah. Oh, Edge of Tomorrow, which is the animated, the live action version of All You Need Is Kill. Don't know why they changed it. Obviously, Speed Racer, Yu Yu Hakusho. But yeah. Gonna be very hard to do that one. All right. Five Nights at Freddy's. video game movie news, I guess. Uh, the rating came out. It would be PG-13 for violent terror in some language, and some people are like, "Hey, why isn't this movie rated R?" Because Five Nights at Freddy's is really a kid game. It's basically a creepy version of hide and seek. So yeah, there's that. BioShock will be moving forward at Netflix. So the BioShock movie will be coming as well. And I'm just like, video game adaptations, sometimes it's kind of hard. And I never played BioShock because Xbox exclusive, I believe. I can't recall. But Francis Lawrence will be directing this, who it's pretty much directed all the Hunger Games movies. I think he even did the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes or whatever the hell it's called. All right. So while we're still kind of talking video games, let's talk video games. Period. So Nintendo Direct happened, and I can honestly say that I am not pleased because Nintendo said, "Hey, yeah, the Switch 2 just came out, but guess what? Screw the Switch 1. We're not doing anything for it." So, video game movie related. Super Mario Brothers 2 is officially the Super Mario Galaxy movie. So, they put out a 50-second trailer on YouTube of just Mario sitting under a tree that I am looking at now, outside the Mushroom Kingdom, uh, taking a nap, and a butterfly lands on his head. Then it pans, we get the perspective from the butterfly. For those of you who are listening, a gopher, and obviously the Nintendo Mario music. But yeah, so the butterfly's still flying, and it goes up to the sky. So I wonder how they're gonna do Super Mario Galaxy, but April of next year. Only thing we know is that Chris Pratt, Anya Taylor-Joy, Charlie Day, Jack Black, and Kevin Michael Richardson will all be returning. Um, April 3rd was, oh, that's Madison's birthday. Too bad her father's an asshole. Um, all right. Super Mario Galaxy 2 will be coming to the Switch next month for the Switch 2, I guess. So the thing that makes me mad about this is, like I said, this is only, it looks like it's only available for the Switch 2. Oh, never mind. There will be a Switch version released. So it looks like they're doing like another Super Mario 3D All Stars collection. So you can either buy that game separate or get the collection. And it's probably best to get the collection. So if you ever want to sell it, it's actually worth more money because that the original Super Mario 3D All Stars collection that came out during the pandemic is not available anymore. Like I bought it on a whim. During the pandemic, it had Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. Super Mario Brothers Wonder Switch 2 edition will be coming out. I've really got to beat Wonder next spring alongside the multiplayer expansion. Mario Tennis Fever will be coming out. Nintendo also revealed that the talking flower from Super Mario Wonder can chat to you, just like in the game. So they're actually making a real version of this, which is just dumb. No price yet on it. It's probably gonna be $100 like that dumb clock, and require you to have a Switch Online account. Donkey Kong Bonanza is getting DLC. There will be a brand new Fire Emblem game coming out that looks like it's a sequel to the Three Houses game that came out on the Switch. It's called Fortune's Weave. I'm sorry, Fire Emblem Engage. Metroid Prime 4 will be coming out December. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment will be coming out November. Can't play it unless they release a Switch 1 version. And I love all the Hyrule Warriors Age Blank games. So like I have all the Hyrule modern stuff. So like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, which I still haven't beat, Age of Calamity. I have all the amiibos for the uh the pretty much the more recent Legend of Zelda stuff, with the exception of Link and Zelda. Can't find them. Nintendo also clapped back at like Pal World, so they got a game basically called Pokopia that stars a Ditto that thinks it's a real life human. Something that I'm just like, why would y'all do this? This thing was not a good system. They are basically re-releasing the Virtual Boy. So all the Virtual Boy games will be joining the Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack uh, on February 17th the next year. So um, you will need the Virtual Boy accessory to play them. So basically, this is kind of like the that Nintendo Lab stuff with the 3D stuff and all that. So it will have Virtual Boy Mario, Wario Land, Galactic Pinball, Red Alarm, Telero Boxer, Mario Tennis, Jack Brothers, Vertical Force, Mario Clash, Golf, 3D Tennis, Virtual Bowling, Innsmouth, no Yakata, Space Invaders, Virtual Collection, and V Tennis. V Tetris. So I had the Virtual Boy. This game gave everybody an eye strain, a migraine, probably killed some of our brain cells. I'm surprised we don't have we might have brain cancer because of this damn thing. But yeah. Everything was red, so hopefully they added some color to the stuff. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book will be coming to Switch 2. Hades 2 will be coming to the Switch. Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined will be coming to the Switch and all consoles. So that was just, I guess Nintendo had an exclusive on the announcement of that. Stardew Valley will be getting an upgrade on the Switch 2 with the mouse controls as well as 4-player co-op. So yeah, like I said, I still have no intention of getting a Switch 2. Hollow Knight Silk Song and Borderlands 4 also got released. But yeah, I mean, I really just can't justify getting a Switch 2 at the moment. And like I said, the problem with Nintendo is I get suckered into it because I usually only buy Nintendo products for one game, and that's Super Smash Brothers. Like, I have 20-something games. A few of them are duplicates that I have for my PlayStation. And some of them are just games that I bought that I haven't even started. Like, I bought the Spyro Reignited collection for the Switch because it was on sale at Best Buy for like, I think like $12 or something, like last year, year before that, something like that. I haven't even touched it. And I just can't justify spending the money because I'm afraid I'm just gonna fall into bad habits again. Anyway, my next story. Speaking of video games, uh, you know, our Department of Health uh, head, the man with the brain worm, former heroin addict, guy found a dead bear that he was gonna take home to skin, and realized he had to go somewhere and left the bear in the park. Robert F. Kennedy claims that mass shootings can be linked to video games. So I'm like,
Switzerland has a comparable number of guns as we do, and the last mass shooting they had was 23 years ago. We're having mass shootings every 23 hours. Oh, there are many, many things that happened in the 1990s that could explain these. One is the dependence on psychiatric drugs, which is, in our country, is unlike any other country in the world. It could be, there could be connections with video games, with social media, or a number of things, and we are looking at that at NIH. So we are doing studies now. We're initiating studies to look at the correlation and the connection, potential connection between over-medicating our kids and this violence, and these other possible co-founders as well.
So I'm like, sir, this has been widely dismissed, including studies from the Secret Service, the Department of Education, and the American Psychological Association. So a mass shooter becomes a mass shooter, and you just blame video games. What is this, the 90s? Because there hasn't been any proof that that's a thing. Like, I really hate this guy with a passion. Okay, he's like, black people don't need vaccines because the way we were treated. We have stronger immune systems because of all the stuff that we went through. Keep in mind, this man has no doctorate in anything, and it's just like he's just spewing a bunch of conspiracy theory nonsense, and it's annoying. But what are you gonna do? I mean, I am over it. The world is a ghetto. All right, I am going to cue up the spoiler alert, and I'm going to talk about season 2, episode 6 of Wednesday, which is Woe Thyself. And I like the fact that basically every single episode has woe in the title. But it's funny. Like, I like body switching stuff. One of my favorite episodes of Smallville was, well, it's actually one of my seasons because it was pretty much body switching or body possession, was season 4 of Smallville. Like, there's an episode that takes place during prom. She's basically the avatar of Regina George. I think Mean Girls was out by then. She gets killed, but her body ends up like near kryptonite. So basically, her spirit is wandering around, and she possesses Martha Kent. She's in the kitchen singing "La La" by Ashley Simpson. She possesses Clark, Lois, Chloe, and like the funniest one is when she possessed Clark, and because she wanted to be prom queen, and she was like, "That's Clark. Crown's mine, bitch." But anyway, Woe Thyself. Written by creators of Smallville, Algo and Miles Miller, with Kayla Alpert, directed by Angela Robinson. So, picking up right where we left off with Tyler and Francois, reuniting with Isaac, aka Slurp, who is France. It's not Francois. Francois C. Her brother. So, Francois C is actually dying due to the fact that she's a hide. She's coughing up blood and everything. Isaac tells her that he can remove the hide ability from her and save her. Wednesday is attempting to regain her psychic abilities using a charm from a gravestone from former Nevermore professor Rosaline Rothwood, who is played by Lady Gaga. Enid interrupts her, and it basically causes them to go full Freaky Friday. So they switch bodies. They struggle to adjust to each other's personalities. But they have to basically walk a mile in each other's shoes to switch back, and they have to do it before sunrise the next day, or they both will die. So Isaac needs to get his something from Nevermore in order to cure Francois C, and it's the power supply that he invented 30 years ago. That Professor Orloff, who is played by Christopher Lloyd, is using to basically keep him alive. So he killed Doc Brown, bro. Ate his head. Agnes sees him do this, goes full invisible, sneaks into the car with Francois C, Tyler, and Isaac, and calls Wednesday, aka Enid, and tells them that, I found Tyler and his mom. So they go back to Willow Hill because that's where the machine is. And as Isaac gets ready to cure Tyler's mom, Wednesday, Enid, and Agnes arrive, and they sabotage the process. Tyler actually attacks them, but is stopped by Wednesday, who basically turns into a werewolf. So Wednesday and Enid return to Rockwood's grave and reveal what they learned about each other, and then boom, everyone's back to normal. Very good episode. I liked it. I had no notes. I just wish it was a little bit longer. So it was good to see like how Enid got to understand how Wednesday's the way she is. The fact that they had roadkill for dinner, that was just straight some redneck stuff. And Wednesday found out that Enid's boyfriend was cheating on her with his girl back home. So yeah, and it turns out Wednesday is actually allergic to color. So Enid put on a bunch of her clothes as Wednesday and started breaking out in hives. So yeah, very good episode. But Tim Burton will be directing episode 7, so I cannot wait to check that one out. What am I going to review next? All right. So we got Alien Earth, episode 6, which is titled The Fly. Very messed up episode. Written by Noah Hawley and Lisa Long, directed by Olga Hawksdaughter. So the xenomorph is growing. Wendy is talking to the xenomorph and communicating it, while Nibs is basically doing some testing, which basically prompts Adam. Nibs is undergoing testing, due to the fact that she said she was pregnant, even though she's a robot and everything. And this makes Adam demand that her memory be reset to the events before the imaginal crash. Dame Sylvia accepts, but Arthur Sylvia is like, nah, can't do that, bro. And Adam fires him, and he says, if you're still here by sundown, you will be executed. Wendy finds out about this and confronts Dame Sylvia about it. Meanwhile, Boy Cavalier goes into the city to meet Yutani at a mediation due to, her ship crashing into his city. And he was able to outsmart her by getting $20 billion in damages, while also being able to keep every alien specimen on the ship for 6 weeks due to the quarantine that is established. Kirsch tells Tootles to feed all the specimens. Meanwhile, the Oculus, that's the one that took over the sheep, basically scares him into locking himself with some creatures that eat metal. And keep in mind, they are synthetic beings now with brain patterns of humans. So Tootles, screw it. That's the name of the episode. Tootles gets killed. Meanwhile, Slightly tries to convince Joe, Wendy's brother, to follow him where the alien eggs are, and he's like, nah, I'm good. So he goes and sees Arthur Sylvia, and Arthur turns off Wendy's tracking to basically give them a chance to escape and get free. And Slightly it's like, yo, where's Tootles? They go down to the lab. Slightly locks Arthur Sylvia in, and the facehugger got him. Curse is watching everything. Like, I told you, this man was going full David. And Boy Cavalier's like, is everything good back at the headquarters? And he's like, yeah, everything's fine. But the flies that ate Tootles are also out, and they get ready to attack Slightly as he's dragging Arthur Sylvia's body into an air vent, but he closes it just in time. So it's like, this episode was a lot. Boy Cavalier is a jerk. Yes, he outsmarted Yutani, but it was still ridiculous the way it happened. I'm just like, oh my god. So now, hopefully Joe can get his sister out of there before they both die, because at this point they are the protagonists of the show. Wendy's in a lot of the promo art for the show, so she can't die. She just can't die. All right. So I'm going to talk about Peacemaker now. Season 2, episode. What episode is this for? Yeah, Need I Say Door, written by James Gunn, directed by Peter Sullett. We get a flashback of 35 years ago with Chris and his family in the woods, where they discover the interdimensional gateway that they have in their house when his dad kills an alien in the woods. Meanwhile, in the present, Argus is on their way to arrest Chris for using the door, but he gets a heads up from Economist saying that, hey, get out the house. So Chris and Eagly escape. And Economist saves Eagly from what the hell is Michael Rooker's character's name again? Red Saint Wild, by knocking him unconscious. And he's like, oh, another eagle came out of nowhere and saved you. And he's like, oh no, that's the Alpha Eagle. So then he goes on a whole trip about that. Chris texts Adebayo to pick him up. So he they go to his family cabin in the woods, where he basically puts up a new location for the interdimensional gateway. So Sasha Bordeaux has economics hacked the closet door where the original door was, and by the time economics hacks it after stalling, it's just a regular closet at this point. Meanwhile, Rick Flag Sr. makes a deal with Harcourt to sell out Peacemaker in exchange for no longer being blacklisted. Chris texts Harcourt that he wants to meet up, and Red St. Wild finds where Eagly and Peacemaker are by doing some type of weird ceremony in the woods in his underwear. So yeah, very good episode. I thoroughly liked it. I liked economics going back and forth with Bordeaux and Langston Fury. He basically spread Fleury out, saying like, oh yeah, you know, he was making faces when you were on the phone. It's like, what type of faces? Oh yeah, he was making faces like saying like, you know, you're his bitch and everything like that. So economics and Fleury got into it because Fleury keeps calling economics something, I can't remember what it was, but Fleury spit on economics spit on him and he lost it. It was hilarious. I really hope, you know, Steve Agee didn't really spit on Tim Meadows. Also, Judo Master and Peacemaker in the woods fighting, and they went down the hill, and when Peacemaker crushed Judo Master, that was funny. I had to run there like 5 times. You're like, but yeah, very good episode. We really didn't get that much vigilante besides, you know, him going to Home Depot and getting some doors, and not a lot of I almost said Holland, Harcourt. But let's see if Chris is going to spend more time in the other dimension, and let's see if Red St. Wild catches up with Eagly. But yeah, very good episode. Had no complaints from me. 2 more episodes on Wednesday, 2 more episodes of Alien Earth. 4 more episodes of this? Yes, 4 more episodes of Peacemaker. But yeah, guys, that's it. That was another episode of the Angry Blerd podcast. Be sure to rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend. Go to w.gg, use promo code AngryBlerd10 at checkout to save 10% on your order. I'm going to finish this, and I'm going to go play some Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 2. Deuces. Or Tootles.